It seems like every week we're hearing about a new data breach. We can actually explain the frequency of them using economics. It's very similar to what's happening with memes. Let's talk about the economics of data breaches. Hey, it's Craig and welcome to the Econ of. I'm really excited about today's topic on data breaches because it's a topic where you might not think there's much economics involved, but once you know, then you can't unsee the economics. This was a topic that was explained to me by my friend TJ. He wrote a paper on this. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And his description has changed the way that I read the headlines and the way that I take care of my own personal security. See, hackers are like you and me. They have limited resources. They have to figure out the best way to allocate those resources to maximize their payoffs. They have two strategies they can choose from. They can, maybe go here and find a bug, a vulnerability that nobody has ever exploited before. That's called a zero-day vulnerability. Or they can go over here and exploit a vulnerability that's well known. This is called an end-day vulnerability. These different strategies face different costs, and it's very similar to how memes are formed. See, a new meme is difficult to create. It has to be original and relevant. People spend a long time trying to figure out how to create a new meme. But memes are really easy to copy. You just need to find the template, plug in your own situation, and you've got a replication of that meme. I never would have thought of doing the Bird Box Challenge on my own. But once we saw it, it literally took minutes for us to replicate it.
We'll help you go.
Okay, hold on, that's ice. Okay, we can go. A zero-day vulnerability is like creating a new meme. It takes a lot of resources to go through that code and actually find something that you can exploit. But an end-day vulnerability is like copying the meme. You already know what the vulnerability is, you just have to find your own twist on it. It's easy to find an end-day vulnerability because websites keep track of them. In fact, businesses are advertising them, in a way. Often when businesses find out there's a vulnerability, they'll issue a software update to fix that vulnerability and prevent hackers from exploiting it. But issuing an update, it's like playing hide and go seek with a big sign above your spot that says, "He's hiding right here." So what economics have come into play so far? You have hackers with limited resources trying to maximize their payoff. They have two strategies, end day and zero day, that have different costs. Businesses offer updates to patch those vulnerabilities. Since end-day vulnerabilities are so cheap, they're going to wait for an update, reverse engineer the vulnerability, and then find a way to exploit it. So the simplest solution is just update your software and patch those vulnerabilities. Why don't we do that? We've talked about the economics that the hacker faces, but let's talk about the economics that you face as the user. You get these updates, they annoy you, they pester you, they tell you restart everything right now so that way we can update your vulnerabilities. There's a cost to this. Not only is there time taking out, you have to stop your processes. Sometimes these take hours to complete, but they also might break your applications. Now all of a sudden your Wi-Fi doesn't work, or that app that was really important to you, you can't even open it anymore. These are real costs to updates. And the benefit that your system won't be exploited eventually, that could or could not happen. There's a really small chance that you will be specifically targeted. And so a lot of people don't go ahead and do all of the updates because the costs are much higher than the potential benefits. But there's a problem to that, especially when you're connected to a big network. Hackers might have a really hard time finding your personal computer with that vulnerability on it. But if you work for a hotel or an e-commerce company, some big company where all the computers have the same software and they know that there's an opportunity to exploit, then all they have to do is just keep looking around until they find the computer that didn't update. Since that computer is on the network, they can exploit the whole network through that one unupdated computer.
Roland, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That's why it's important for us to try and get these updates. And there's this question about whether we should even issue updates, because that changes the economics. If we keep advertising that these vulnerabilities are available, it makes it easier to exploit. But if we don't update these, we're not making these advertisements out there to everyone. So even though the vulnerabilities persist, we're not notifying the hackers that they're there. Well, what should we do? I don't personally know. That's the question that my friend TJ is looking at, and I hope that he is able to make some good advancements on that research. If you're interested in learning more about this topic on the economics of data breaches, go ahead and check the description below. I've put a link to the blog where I've included more information. If you're interested in more videos on economics, please subscribe. I'm Craig. Thanks for watching the Econ Of.